This is a train beat, and you might recognize it from any time you're ever asked to play something by Johnny Cash. This is a very, very common beat that an awful lot of people don't have a lot of experience with, and maybe they're not 100% sure what exactly they're supposed to do. So this lesson will show you what you're supposed to do, and hopefully at the end of it you'll understand. But try and remember that at the end of this lesson you shouldn't be able to play this. You should just be able to understand what right is. After weeks of practicing it, you can take that understanding and turn it into ability. But if you expect yourself just to turn around and play this, it's your expectation that's wrong. You can't learn drums in a lesson. You understand them in the lesson, then you go home and practice them. So try and remember that if you're making mistakes with this, if you're having trouble with this, if it's becoming challenging for you, that's a good thing. That means you're growing as a drummer, you're becoming better as a drummer. Don't get upset with yourself, don't get annoyed with it. As long as you understand everything that you're supposed to do here, you have done everything you're supposed to do in the lesson. Okay, so first of all, the train beat is all semiquavers. That's what it is. There is no variant in notes. It's all 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. But we don't play it like that. That would be way too boring. Wouldn't sound right. The train beat relies on accents. We've talked about accents before, but really accents are notable volume differences. Okay, so we want to pop certain notes on this train beat to make it sound correct. Okay, so we're playing all semiquavers, and we're going to go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. All the ands. Let's try that. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're thinking about, say, Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash, I'm not going to play it because I don't have the ability to, but just think about it. It goes, I hear a train coming, it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Now, you'll notice I'm playing a way slower than the song is going to be performed, but practicing slow is a smart way to go, because if you practice slow, you can notice your mistakes and fix them a lot easier. If you play it at full speed, you try to get it sounding like a finished product, mistakes are going to just hit you like a brick in the side of the head, and you're not going to be able to stay focused on what's right and what's wrong. So play it slow and get it right, okay? So all of our accents on the right hand, on our lead hand, on our dominant hand, that makes it a lot easier for us. However, that's not a correct train beat. You want to make sure you got some accents coming on the left as well. So let's put in some accents on the left. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, E, and. So the E of 4, 4, E, and. That's going to be our first left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, E, and 2, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 4, E, and. At this point, I want you to add in your bass drum on the pulse, so on the downbeat, on the 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Let's try that a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 and 4 E and. Can you notice something about all of my accents? Take a look at my sticking. I'm going to do it again before I tell you, but just take a look at my sticking. What is physically different about my accents? 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. All of my accents are coming way up height-wise. The reason for that is I'm allowing the stick traveling down from a height to be wide the notes harder. I'm not actually putting more effort into my accents, because if I do that, it's going to put me off as a drummer. So I'm allowing my stick height to dictate what's loud and what's quiet. And you can only get good at that by practicing that. So practice it as slow as you need to. 1, E, height, and 2, E, and. It's way easier to get your accents to stick out if you keep all your other notes low. So look at how low my sticking is. If you're up like this with your 1 E, then your and is not going to be quiet. 1 E, and then you're really going to have to absolutely put force behind that stick to accent the end. If you keep your normal notes low, then your accents will pop a lot easier. Remember, an accent is a notable volume difference. So if all your notes are loud, your accent's going to have to be a lot louder. If you have your notes under control, your accents don't have to be that loud, and you can control your play. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Let's have a listen to it at tempo with the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3. Now you can play a whole song with that, but if you don't vary it up a little bit, it might seem like that's all you're able to do. So you want to make sure you can get to the crash sometimes. So let's try and put one of those in. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're comfortable enough with this to do a fill, you want to keep it in semiquavers so that it actually feels like it belongs in the song. If you do it in any other note variation, it's going to feel like, hey, that guy just took a fill from a different song and stuck it in there. It won't feel like it belongs. So keep it in semiquavers, it'll feel like it's at home. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 2, and 4, and 3 and a 40 and a 1 and. At this point, you can decide what type of fill you do. If it sounds good, keep doing it. If it sounds bad, take it out of there. But remember, it's all up to the individual drummer what type of fills you do. Make sure you don't do them too frequently. The more frequently you do fills, the less special they are. Make sure your train beat stays under control. Don't let your sticking height too high. If you let them too high, it's all just going to get way too loud. You want to keep control. But this will get you out of a hole if you're in a situation where you're playing and the lead singer turns around and asks you, do you know how to play a song that you've never played before? And you will say, oh no, I don't know that. He'll say, oh, it's easy, it's just a train beat. And they'll start counting in. You'll be like, oh no, what do I do? This will get you out of that hole. So if you're a straight rock drummer, you want to have a little bit of experience doing this kind of playing. This is something that you need to have in your weaponry so you can take it out and save yourself a lot of embarrassment by not being able to play the song. I hope this lesson was beneficial to you. If you have any questions, pop them in the comment section down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.